In this video, we are going to talk about measurement. In the previous video, we have talked about physical quantities and units. Now, we said physical quantities are those quantities that can be measured. Also, physical quantities can be measured in terms of units. Now, what is now measurement? To measure, your aim is to get the length and size of something. So we can easily say measurement is the determination of length or size or magnitude of something. Or you can also say measurement is the process of determining a physical quantity. You can jot all this. So measurement play a crucial role in physics. It is important to note that measurement can never be perfectly precise due to measuring error and the limitation in the accuracy of the measuring instrument. One of the common human errors in measurement is error due to parallax, which occurs when readings are viewed from a slanting position of the eye. So we can have accuracy of measuring instruments. So the accuracy of measuring instruments is the highest number of decimal places to which the instrument can measure in terms of a specified unit of measurement. So we'll talk about this better in error analysis, but let's proceed. So now let's talk about measurement of length first. Measurement. Measurement of length. 1. So length is a fundamental quantity. We know that already. It can be measured using the following instruments. So it can be measured using the following instruments, like number 1, meter rule. Meter rule. Number 2, the ruler. We can also use the ruler. Number 3, we can use the measuring tape. The measuring tape. We can also use calipers. We can also use vernier calipers. Then we also have a micrometer screw gauge. We also have micrometer screw gauge. So that means with all this now we can measure length. So now, but let's start with the first one, that is meter rule. So let's take the meter rule first. So I'll clear this. So you can always copy it in your notes. So meter rule. Clear this. Now the first one, meter rule. Now meter rule. So for a meter rule, the meter rule is graduated in centimeter and millimeter. So the smallest graduation being 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. Now before I proceed further, so let's see a meter rule. You must have seen something like this before. So that is a meter rule. So a meter rule now is graduated in centimeter or millimeter. So now to see it in bold, so let me clear this one. So that is a meter rule, or you can see it clearly like this. So these are the calibrations and the number. You will notice now that it looks like your normal ruler, but this one is measured from 0, as a meter rule is from 0, that is from 0 to 100 centimeter, or 1 millimeter, or 1 meter rather. So that's why it is called meter rule. So now let's talk about let's see some points under meter rule. So I just show you the picture. So that's how a meter rule look like. So now note these points on meter rule. Can write it. Number 1. So the meter rule measures to 2 decimal places in centimeter. So the meter rule measures to 2 decimal places in centimeter. So I may not write it, just jot it. So number 2, the meter rule measures to accuracy of 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. So that is smallest graduation. So number 3, so reading accuracy. So let me write down one. Reading accuracy is equals to half of smallest division. That is, reading accuracy of a meter rule is half of the smallest division. And I said the smallest the smallest graduation can be 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. So that means we can have reading accuracy now. Reading accuracy is equals to 1/2 of 1 millimeter. Now I said it can measure to accuracy of 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. So that means 1 millimeter divide half times 1 millimeter, that's 0.5 millimeter. That means the reading accuracy can be this, or half of 0.1 centimeter, which is 0.05 centimeter. So that means the reading accuracy of a meter rule now can be 0.5 millimeter or 0.05 centimeter. So we also have measurement can be that is, let's say number 4. Measurement can be plus or minus 0.5 millimeter or plus or minus 0.05 centimeter. That means if you want to measure a meter rule, the measurement you can likely get. So this m now represents a whole number. So let's say you measured 20 plus or minus 0.5. You measure 20 now. That means your measurement can be 20 plus 0.5 or 20 minus 0.5 in millimeter. This one can be 20.5 in millimeter, while the other one can be 19.5 in millimeter. That means if you measure anything on a meter rule, your reading can either be any of these formats. So that is, you can get something like 20.56. So that's what we are saying. So measurement can be m plus or minus 0.5 millimeter or m plus or minus 0.05 centimeter. Anyhow, that's how your measurement can be on a meter rule. Also, number 5. Number 5 points, yeah. It is used for long lengths. So it is also used in the laboratory. So in your physics practical or meter rule, so on meter rule, you will notice you are using this meter rule. That is, it is used to measure long lengths. So that is meter rule. So what is number 2 on the list? So you can check. I said you should jot so you can know. So number 2, the first one we talk about is a meter rule. Then number 2, we said we have the ruler. The ruler. So now the ruler is very similar to the meter rule, though it's shorter. So it is suitable for measuring lengths on paper. Like the meter rule, it is graduated in centimeter and millimeter. So it is from 0 to 30 centimeter. So its smallest division is also 1 millimeter and or 0.1 centimeter. So now, just like the meter rule, your ruler is like the meter rule. The ruler is the one you use in class, that is the one to rule on your paper, and it's graduated from 0 to 30 centimeter. While meter rule is from 0 to 100 centimeter. So you see the difference. So now let's see. Let me bring out a ruler. Now this is a ruler. So at least it's what you know is the one in your math sets. So this is a ruler. So we use it to measure length on your paper. So you should not waste more time on this. So the accuracy is 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter, like that. So and again, you will notice that in your this ruler and the meter rule have the same calibration, but the difference is that meter rule is 0 to 100, your ruler is 0 to 30. That's why I say it's very similar to meter rule. So now the next one on the list is the measuring tape. So at least you can use your ruler very well to measure, so you don't want to waste time on the meter rule. So now the next one is the measuring tape. Number 3 on the list, the measuring tape. So the measuring tape is is long, as in it's very long. The measuring tape is long and is used for measuring longer lengths, like length of a road and piece of land. So it is graduated in centimeter or meter, and also it can be in inches or feet. So let me show you a meter rule, like the one the surveyor used to measure land. So that means it will be very very long. So that is a measuring tape. So let's see a measuring tape. So this is a measuring tape. So you can draw this side. You can draw this side. So if you draw it, then it will be coming out of this plate. So this is a measuring tape. It is used to measure long length, like the length of a land, and so now the next one on the list is the calipers. So let's talk about the calipers. So the next one, the calipers. So the calipers is used in conjunction with the meter rule. That is, you use the calipers and the meter rule together. It is used in the field especially by engineers in measuring the external diameter of cylindrical objects. So we use caliper to measure external diameter of a cylindrical object. So the let's say Okay, let me show you a caliper. So you can picture it. So see a caliper. Now see how a calipers look like. So this is a caliper. So this is it. So how are we going to use it? So see the picture. Yeah, see how you can use it. So that is, you stretch it. After you stretch it, then you place it around the object you want to measure, the same way you see it in this picture. So as you see it in this picture, place it around the object you want to measure, then remove it carefully and place it on a meter rule like this, the length. So that's how you can take the measurement using the calipers. So that's the first one is the real image, so you can relate it together. So that's a caliper. So this is the caliper. So we extend it. So if you extend it, then you can see the image just like this one. So see the usage, yeah. So that's how you use it. So that's the calipers. So the next one on the list is vernier calipers and micrometer screw gauge. So I would like to do the two in another video because we need a calculation there. So I'll do that one in another video. Thank you.